Elias was alone. He was a small boy lost in the big city. The streets were cold and unforgiving. Hunger gnawed at his belly. Each day felt impossible. He just wanted a place to belong. The other street children were unkind. They would steal his food and tear at his clothes. Elias felt despair fill him like a bucket overflowing with icy water. No one cared for a boy like him, he thought. No one at all. One particularly bitter night, Elias stumbled through the alleyways. He was colder than he had ever been. Just when he thought he could go no further, a light caught his eye. It was a small lantern, its flame flickering bravely against the wind. The light seemed to beckon to Elias. He felt a surge of hope, a feeling he had almost forgotten. With newfound strength, Elias rose and followed the lantern. It led him through a maze of dark alleys. He was certain it would lead him to a better place. The lantern led him to a small shop, its windows glowing with a warm light. Inside, an elderly woman was arranging loaves of freshly baked bread. The aroma of yeast and warmth filled the air. It was the most inviting smell Elias had ever encountered. The woman looked up and saw Elias standing at the door. Her eyes were filled with compassion. She beckoned him inside, her smile as warm as the bread she held. "Come in, child," she said softly. "You look frozen." The woman fed Elias hot soup and warm bread. He had never tasted such kindness. Her name was Mrs. Amara, and she listened patiently as Elias poured out his woes. When he was finished, she made him an offer. "Stay with me, Elias," she said. "You can help me in the shop." And so Elias found a home with Mrs. Amara. He helped her in the shop and learned the trade. He was no longer alone, surrounded by the warmth of the oven, the aroma of bread, and the kindness of Mrs. Amara. The little lantern had led him to more than just warmth and food. It had led him to hope, belonging, and a love he thought he'd never find.